A focused fool will accomplish more than a distracted genius. A focused fool will accomplish more than a distracted genius. Why? Because they are focused. 2025 is about to be the best year of your life, not because of your angelic number, not because your astrology sign says so, not because no new year, new me stuff, not because you have New Year's resolutions, but simply because this is going to be the year where you're going to decide to stop letting your past define your future. For too long, you've given too much power to your past. This is a year where all of that stops. And that's why 2025 is about to be the best year of your life. This is why 2025 is about to be the year that you become unrecognizable. That's why 2025 is about to become the year that you break generational curses. That's why 2025 is about to be the year that you reach all your goals. You're going to do everything that you've been saying you were going to do since 2020, since 2021, since 2022, since 2023, since 2024. 2025 is your year. It ain't no question about it, because when you begin to be focused in a way like you never have before, you're going to see things happen in your life like you've never seen happen before. When I tell you a focused fool will accomplish more than a distracted genius, what you got to understand is that the devil will distract what he know he cannot destroy. He knows he can't take you out. You've been through too much. You've experienced too much. You've seen too much. You've overcome too much. You've seen the storm. You've been a part of the storm. You've been built in the darkness. You have light inside of you because of how much darkness you've endured. You know how to be bright and shine by yourself. You don't need a charger because God been that for you. You charged up. But you got to understand that the enemy knows that, so he keeps us distracted. He keeps you distracted because he knows that as long as he keeps you distracted, it doesn't matter how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have. It doesn't matter how much wisdom you have. It doesn't matter how many great ideas you have. It doesn't matter how much potential you have. If you are distracted, you will not be accomplished. If you are distracted, you won't get anything done. If you are distracted, you will not win. If you are distracted, you will not have balance. If you are distracted, you will be lost. And 2025 is your year, because this is the year where we're not going to allow the pain of our past to continue to consume us. Let's just run it up. Let's just think about it. Some of us got to be real. For far too long, you've allowed bitterness to be your business card. You've allowed victim mentality to be your mindset. You've allowed all the things that you've gone through that were abusive, manipulation, infidelity. You've allowed yourself to live your life through that lens, to live your life from that place, not realizing that not only is it a bad look, not only do other people not enjoy that version of you, but that's not the version of you that God can bless. God can't bless a version of you that he didn't create you to be. Whew, I'm going to say that again. God can't bless a version of you that he didn't create you to be. This was not his intended plan for you. And yes, he can use it for your purpose, and he can use you in a mighty powerful way as your testimony. But he never meant for you to live your life through the lens of your pain. He just meant for you to learn a lesson from it. And some of us are blocking our blessings because we still haven't learned the lesson, because we're too busy living life with the victim mentality. We're too busy living life with resentment in our heart. Like some of the signs, if you're trying to figure out what are some of the signs that you've been living your life focused on your past, and I'm going to give you the keys. I'm going to give you the keys before the end of this video on how to live a focused life in 2025 that's going to make you unrecognizable, that's going to make you have the best year you've ever had, ever. I mean, literally ever. I'm going to give you the keys, but I want to show you and make sure you understand what it looks like. How do you know this applies to you? All right, like I took a couple of notes because I said, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to miss nothing. You're still living from what you went through, right? If you're somebody that's out here constantly replaying what you went through in your head, you're constantly dwelling on it, right? You find yourself overreacting in situations, getting overly emotional. You know it because you regret it after the fact. You find yourself making fear-based decisions. You find yourself living with unforgiveness in your heart, resentment in your heart, regret in your heart. You're avoidant. You try to hide from conflict. You can't even engage in it. You can't have those hard, tough conversations. You constantly live with shame and guilt. If this is you, you got to understand that you've been more focused on your past than your future. And the whole reason why I'm talking about this to you today is because it is 2025. I am recording this right now in the first hours of 2025 because I wanted to have that energy. I wanted you to feel my heart. I wanted you to feel my zeal. I wanted you to feel like that I mean this, because I want 2025 to really be your best year. I'm not here to just make another video on the internet for, you know what I'm saying, just for clout, right? Just for giggles, just to say something. Now, like, I really want to see you be your best self. But we got to recognize that if we allow the things from our past to continue to consume us, if we don't believe that we can release that, if we don't try to release it, we don't try to break free from it, if we don't try to leave it behind us, because can I be real? What I tend to notice is that most people have found their identity in their past. Most people have found their identity in a version of them that's not the version of them that God created them to be. Most people have found their identity in their pain from their past. And God wanted to build purpose out of that pain. He didn't want you to find identity in that pain. See, it's different, right? When you find identity in that pain, you're constantly living with a certain mindset that makes you feel as if you are entitled to things happening a certain way for you just because of what you've been through. When you actually got a testimony from the pain, when you got purpose from the pain, you recognize that you have to do the work from the pain that you've gone through to heal and to build from that pain through the experiences that you've gone through. You can create something that can not only continue to help you heal, but help others heal, help others avoid what you went through. And so in short, what I'm trying to say is that the difference between somebody with a victim mentality in their pain and someone that found purpose from the pain is that the victim mentality person says, you know what? The world owes me something. People owe me something. I expect God to give me something. God owed me something because of what I've been through. The person that recognizes that, oh, God allowed me to go through this for purpose to come from it. The person that got a testimony from it says, you know what? I recognize what I've been through. I had to do the work to heal from it, or I still need to do the work to heal from it. And then once they heal from it, now they can build from it. See, a lot of people don't understand that if you heal from it, then you can build from it. But so many people skip the healing part. And you're trying to figure out why we still not where we want to be. We're trying to figure out why we still can't find a healthy relationship. We're trying to figure out why are we still always living life in fear? Why are we still living life avoiding? Why are we still living life distracted? Why does it feel like, oh, I know God, I have a relationship with God, but I still never feel free? You don't feel free because you're not healed. And you can't build because you're not healed. All right. Okay. Let's talk. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. This is what the scripture says, right? We have to focus on things. We have to focus on thoughts, on what is true, honorable, right, and pure, and lovely, and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. That's Philippians 4:8. I feel like a lot of times we don't understand that we have the power to change our lives simply from what we focus on. And I want you to understand that if 2025 is going to be your year, you're going to have to make a conscious decision to focus on new things, to embrace the future that God has for you, to find your purpose and live in it, to envision your goals, your desires, the person that you want to be, the places you want to go, the things you want to see, the environment you want to live within, the friends you want to have. You got to picture it. You got to identify it. You got to point it out. You got to pray for it and dream about it. You got to ask God to show you. And then you got to think on it. You got to dwell on it. Let me make a point for you today. Why don't we dwell on the good things the way we dwell on the bad things? Somebody could break up with you. Somebody could break your heart. Someone could cheat on you. Someone could curse you out. Someone could do you the most dirtiest way. And we'll replay that thing in our head all day long. But when something good happens to us, or when we have a good idea, or when we have a good plan, or when we have something that could really bring us joy, if we just, put our hands to work to make it happen, why we don't think about that thing all day? Why don't we become obsessed with the good the way we become obsessed with the pain? Why don't we become obsessed with the potential of the future we could have if we do our part the way we become obsessed with the pain of the past that we've gone through? You can't do nothing about what's behind you, but you still have so much that you can play a role in, that you can affect, and that you can impact, and that you can create for what's in front of you. And so as we go into this year of 2025, I want you to focus on what you do have and who you have. That's number one. I want you to focus on what you do have and who you do have, right? Because there are people in your life right now that deserve more of your focus because they've been good to you. And it's time for you to give them that. You owe them that. They deserve that because they've been good to you. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to focus on the small steps towards your big goals, right? The big goals of your future. I want you to start focusing on the small steps towards it. I don't know what that looks like for you, but I want you to begin doing it, right? Like if that's just going and walking 1 mile, half a mile a day towards your goals for fitness, go ahead and walk that half a mile a day. If that's you trying to get more wavy this year, then I want you to go ahead and start buying one new outfit a month. Start getting on Pinterest, putting your board together. If you're like, yo, I'm trying to be married, sis, go ahead and go find out your ring size. You've been saying you want to be married. You don't even know your ring size. Bro, you saying you want to be married. Go ahead and start saving $1 a day so you can prepare for that wedding that you praying for. Go ahead and start making those small moves to show God you for real about what you praying about. You for real about what you desire. You for real about what you wishing for. You for real about it. Show God that you for real about it. Show yourself you for real about it. Too often we say we want something, but we ain't did nothing to show that we for real about it. It's time to show God that we for real about it, because then watch how he starts to move. Watch how things begin to work in your favor. And that's the last one that I want to give you is focus on God. Focus on God. In 2025, listen, if your goal is going to come alive in 2025, you're going to have to focus on God like you never focused on God before. I'm talking about being intentional with your prayer time. I'm talking about picking up your Bible, reading at least one scripture a day. I'm talking about do a little fast. I'm talking about get you some godly community. Focus on God. Grow closer to God. Make God your priority. Make God your best friend. Let God be your father. Let God heal you of those wounds in your heart. Let God show you who he made you to be. Let God show you your purpose. Let God reveal to you what he put inside of you, the gifts, the callings, the purpose, everything that you can do, and stop living below your potential. It's too much potential in the graveyard. It's too much purpose in the graveyard. Too many great ideas in the graveyard. And I'm sure you heard that before, but you know why people keep saying it? Because it's true. It's true. We don't know when our last day here is. And so we got to make every single day count. And my goal in life is to live this life on E. To live this life, man, I'm talking about when I leave this life, I want to leave on E. I want to leave on E. I don't want there to be nothing left because I emptied out everything that was inside of me. And so look, 2025 finna be that one. I'm telling you, it's not going to be because of no fancy talk. It's not going to be because of that new journal you got. It's not even going to be because of this video. It's going to be because of you. It's going to be because of what you chose to do. 2025 is going to be your year because you chose to make it your year. You chose to change your choices. You chose to go in a different direction. You chose to change. You decided to change what you focus on. That's what's going to make 2025 be your year, because you fix your focus. You fix your thoughts. You change your vision. You changed what you allowed yourself to dwell on. You started replaying the right information. You started replaying the right ideas. You started replaying the right thoughts. And as you had those things on replay, eventually you find yourself living that exact life that you imagined. Telling you, man, I'm telling you, don't let your past continue to define your future. Your future is too bright. Your future is too important. And what you've been through has been too hard, way too hard for you to allow to stop you from going where you're called to stop you from being who you're supposed to be, and stop you from having what you're supposed to have. My prayer for you is that in 2025, you will get every single thing that's yours. Be blessed. Make sure you like and subscribe. I love you guys. This is just one video of 2025, and I promise you, you're going to see me the whole year. And we going strong, and we going harder than we ever been before. And man, listen, I cannot wait to hear the testimonies just by the end of this month alone of the difference that you saw in your life just from focusing. And remember, a focused fool will accomplish more than a distracted genius. It's time to focus. Peace.